you have a physical book that you ordered, and hopefully it has been shipped to you, and you'll see a welcome letter from me, really just telling you about what gratitude means to me and some of the theories behind gratitude and how I've used it in my life. And then you'll talk about your goals for the year. So here on this page, you will log those things that you really want to focus on this year. And year meaning whenever you buy the book. You know, I hate buying planners. It's March and it's like, darn, I'm not going to get full use of this planner because it's March and it's a dated planner. Well, the Grateful Goals Journal Planner is undated. So you can pick it up in June, and when December comes around, you don't have to toss it because it's no longer 2019 or 2020 or whatever year you choose to buy this journal. You start at June, and when you get to December, and December's over, you just go back to the front of the book, and I'll show you how you can do that when we get to the calendar pages. But I want you to first, when you get it, think about your goals for the year. Just a high level, what are they? What are some things that you want to accomplish for the next 12 months? Then I want you to write the vision. We all know the scripture, write the vision and make it plain, right? So this is your opportunity to do that. You're going to write that vision because you just wrote those high level goals, but you can now break them down into months. You know, what am I going to do first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter? So you can write those goals out in terms of execution. What is your roadmap for your goals? And then make that vision plain. What do you see happening in your life? We call this a vision board. And I know this is one sheet of paper, but what I do here, I take a picture of my vision board and I can tape it right here so that I will always have that vision with me. So I'm going to write my vision. I'm going to make my vision plain. Those things that I want to call into existence in my life, I'm going to have them with me at all times because I'll take a picture of it and put it right here in my Grateful Goals journal. Now, if you don't have a vision board or that's not something you do, you can draw it, you can write it, you can illustrate it, you can put stickers here. It's really up to you, cutouts, magazine cutouts, whatever you want to use it for. Now, the next thing I want you to do is meditate on what you're already grateful for. And I mean across the ecosystem of your life. Everything that you're grateful for that you can think of that has had a substantive impact on you, that's what you're using this next page for. What am I already grateful for? So this is how you're going to start those next 12 months. You're going to write your goals. You're going to break them down from a vision perspective into a roadmap of when you're going to do them or aspire to do them. And then you're going to do a picture of that vision so that you can continue to reflect on it and think about it, because we know that thoughts are things. And then you're going to meditate on what you're already grateful for, and you know, that will help you get into the right mindset of continuing to be grateful. So now it's January or whatever month you start, and here's your cover page for that month, and there will always be a quote on the cover page about gratitude. Then you're going to look at your month at a glance, okay? Again, because this is gratitude at the forefront, and I want it to be at the forefront of your mind, here you're going to log what you're grateful for the month. You might not do this all at once. It's throughout the month you'll talk about those things that impacted your month as a whole. Not the daily, because I've got a place for the daily gratitude, but what has impacted you as a whole? When I look at this month, this is what I'm grateful for. And it could be what you're grateful in advance for, or throughout the month, you can come back here and log that. What are your tasks for the month? What are your priorities? Because again, you just roadmapped your vision and made it plain. So there are tasks that are specific to what you wrote you're going to do. There's a way that you have to execute that, and it has to be very specific. So you want to write down your tasks and your priorities, what your important dates are for the month, and then here are some notes, here's some space for notes, right? Now, the next page, this is why I did an undated calendar. Because again, whatever the year or month or whenever you pick this up, you get to write the calendar dates that are specific to when you purchase the Grateful Goals Journal. So you don't have to waste the purchase of a journal. If you happen to start it in June and then you have to flip back to the front of the book and June starts in one year, let's say 2018, and then you have to flip back to the front when you get to December and date this 2019, it's okay, because you will know what year it is. You just write the year in here and start the months based on how that month flows. So that's all you do here. That's what those little boxes are for the numbered days. Then you go into the weekly view of your daily planner. And what I mean by weekly view is because you have 7 days across the spread. And day 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then this goes all the way to 31 days. So you'll have the appropriate number of pages for the entire month of January, because January has 31 days. What are your goals, your priorities, your steps to success? You got some note space here, and also the power of thought. So whatever you want to put here, whether it's stickers, pictures, Post-its, something about how you're going to focus and retrain your thoughts to accomplish these things that you have set out to accomplish. You know, whether it's a small task or it's one of your more daunting tasks, you have this space here, this white space, to do with it what you will. And again, these pages are, repetitive. They're designed and laid out the same way until you get to the end of the month. So here you see you have 31 days in January. Here's some graph paper space. And also one thing to note is that at the beginning of every week, you have gratitude space. I am grateful for. So what happened on a daily basis for you that gave you one of your significant things to be grateful for this week, right? And that's how it's laid out. So every month, it repeats itself. Now, here's something that's very critical that I do a lot as it relates to self-examination. Monthly introspection. If you don't know who you are, nobody else will. You don't know where you're going and you're not reviewing your progress and thinking about it in terms of what needs to be reprioritized or if you're on track. This is kind of a way to scorecard your life, right? So at the end of the month, what are you most grateful for this month? You want to journal that. Did you achieve all that you set out to do? Talk to yourself about that. Do you see the changes and improvements that you've been working toward? Write about it. Diary that here. Are you on track to complete your yearly goals? Take assessment of that. Is there anything that you need to change or reprioritize? Well, you need to make those adjustments. And this helps you to stay laser focused on gratitude, your goals, those priorities, your vision, and most importantly, self-examination. Because when you're examining yourself, you really also uncover other things to be grateful for and what your capacity is, and maybe things about it should change. And so then you go into the next month and you'll see that each month is color coded differently. I did that to align with the 12 spiritual powers. So I picked the colors of the book's insides, if you will, the accent colors for each month to align with the 12 spiritual faculties. And if you want to go and look that up, I think you would, if you're not familiar with those 12 spiritual powers and the associated colors with them, it's definitely something that I think you'd enjoy exploring. So each month repeats itself in terms of layout and design. And like I said, the colors aligned to the spiritual faculties. And if you bought the cover, because I have several covers of this book, of this journal, there's a black and white cover, there's a colorful cover with 12 hues, and they're the same as the spiritual faculty colors. And then there's a pink and green cover, and I'll do more. And also for those who are in groups that want to order in bulk, you get wholesale pricing, and if you do the appropriate setup fee, you can do a custom cover for you. So that is the way that the Grateful Goals journal is laid out. At the very end, maybe you're in a meeting and you need notes pages. So at the very back of your journal, you have some space for notes. All right. So there you have it. Thank you so much for supporting me on yet another one of my entrepreneurial journeys. And I would hope that you are pleased with your purchase of Grateful Goals. You can go to mygratefulgoals.com. If you haven't already purchased and you're watching this, you can find us on Facebook at facebook.me or facebook.com/mygratefulgoals, Twitter, Pinterest, and IG at mygratefulgoals. Also use the hashtags Grateful Goals and My Grateful Goals on social media, because I will be watching, and I hope that you are going to start focusing on the good. Start and end each day with gratitude.